We have exclusive portions of the Donna Adelson trial, the Sidebar conferences. Mentor Lawyer spent the money to get these videos, and I did the work of putting them together. So now you get to be a fly on the wall and listen in as we hear judge, attorneys, and at times even Donna Adelson herself speak during the trial's most secretive moments. Hi, my name is Maya, and in this video we will cover the Sidebar conferences during the testimony of Wendi Adelson. So let's dive in.
I don't know who I'm talking to here, and would it surprise you to learn you were speaking to your brother, Charlie Adelson? I don't know if it would surprise me. So, no. Okay, Judge, may we approach at this time?
You may.
Go ahead. Judge, I am asking at this time, based on your Honor's motion in limine, to have permission to inquire about the name change of the kids. The exhibits are already in evidence that directly tie this issue to the defendant, Donna Adelson, her use of the names Adelson for these kids, both before the murder and after the murder, but before the legal name change. So I think it's relevant to go to motive that they wanted to erase the father and supplant these kids' identity with Adelson as opposed to Markel.
Any response?
What emails are you referring to? There's 3 emails, Judge, that I've provided to your Honor and the defense in a pretrial hearing. The first has to do with a party invitation for Harvey's birthday party. It's addressed to Wendi, Ben, and Lincoln Adelson. The second is Donna signing up one of the children for flag football, and the third is Donna Adelson signing up one of the children for some religious service. All 3, she refers to the children's last name as Adelson.
Those are the ones.
Yes, sir. They are in evidence.
These were entered in evidence of State 64, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Concerning that, the context cannot be misrepresented in any way, but you may inquire into as far as cross-examination on those. Certainly, the defense is entitled to clear up any context or issue that is raised by these 3 documents.
May I continue with your examination?
Ma'am, did you change your children's names after Dan Markel was killed?
About a year after I did.
In what way did you change their names?
I changed their last name and I changed my older son's middle name.
And you changed their last name from Markel to what?
To mine.
Adelson.
Mm-hmm.
Start by asking you about this email dated July 3rd, 2014. What is this?
This is the, it looks like an electronic invitation for my dad's 70th birthday.
An e-bike, right?
Yes.
And who sent the invitation to you?
Well, it looks like it's through the postmark.
I mean, who sent the party invitations out?
I don't remember if I helped with the Evite or if my mom did it. So I don't know if I sent it to myself or if it's from my mom.
Would you have sent it to yourself?
I'm a little better with tech stuff than my parents, so I might have helped them put together an Evite.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Who does it say is the host of the party?
Oh, my mom's the host. You asked who sent the email, and I didn't remember. But my mom is the host of the party for my
Okay.
dad.
And to whom is the party invitation sent?
It's sent to me and my two children.
Okay. And this was sent on July 3rd, 2014, before the murder, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then back up just a little bit here. This email, do you recognize this one? Are you able to read it okay on your screen?
I can read it okay.
All right. Who sent this email?
This is from, it says my mom, but it says Harvey Adelson. So again, I don't know which parent it's from.
Okay. If it was from Harvey Adelson, would he say Lincoln is going to be attending Shabbat with his grandpa, Harvey Adelson?
I mean, it seems more likely somebody else would have written with his grandpa, but I don't know. I kind of write those things sometimes, like Lincoln will attend something with his mom and say my name. I know it's awkward to say it in the third person, but I don't think it's impossible.
Okay. But this reference to Lincoln Adelson did happen prior to the legal name change, correct?
Yes, no, I from the beginning I was scared when I put them in school, and so I didn't legally change their name until a year after, but I was socially using my name for them.
And did that start as soon as their dad was killed?
No, it started when I had to register them for school.
And your mom helped with the registrations as well, didn't she?
I think I did the registrations myself.
What about here for flag football? Did your mom assist with that?
It looks like she did. There were some after-school activities.
Okay. And she registered your child under the last name Adelson, right?
Yes.
Where was Dan Markel buried?
In Toronto.
Were you or your children in attendance at his funeral?
No.
When was the last time you spoke to your mother, Donna Adelson, as we sit here today?
November of 2023.
Okay. And so she hasn't given you any information or advice about how to testify in court, has
No.
she?
No.
What about, you did offer testimony in November of 2023 as well, right? An unrelated case?
Yes.
Okay.
October.
And did your mom, when you spoke to her in November of 2023, offer you any advice or thoughts about how you should act or behave or what you should say in court?
Yes,
She did.
she did.
And what was that?
I can't tell you I remember exactly, but she was hoping I would be supportive of my brother.
Okay. And do you know what her thoughts were afterwards?
I do.
Okay. And what were they?
She was devastated.
She didn't feel you were supportive.
No.
Were you in any way involved in the plot to kill your ex-husband?
No.
Did you maybe know it was going to happen but not know the details?
I did not know it was going to happen, and I did not know any details.
You may.
Okay, Judge, may we approach it this time?
Adelson, you testified on direct when asked some questions about the name change of your children. You recall those questions?
Yes.
Okay, and I think your testimony was that you officially changed your children's last names a year and a half. It was
I legally changed them a year after Danny's death.
But after he passed away and you went to Miami, it was time for your oldest child to be enrolled in kindergarten, right?
Yes.
And so What were the ages of the children when the angel murdered?
They were almost 5 and 3.5.
And so the 5-year-old was going into kindergarten.
Yes.
And where was the other child going to be? Was he being posted in a preschool program?
It was a preschool program.
Okay. And so you went and registered them at the school. Correct?
Yes.
And the official registration said Markel for the children's last names, correct?
I believe so.
But because you were going to socially refer to them as Adelson, that's what you added the school to do as well, right?
Yes.
And so when you went into orientation for the oldest child, I'm trying not to say the name, when you went into orientation for the oldest child for kindergarten, and they had his little nameplate there where he was going to sit at his desk, it said last name Adelson, right?
I honestly don't remember him having a last name on. I remember his first name being there, but I don't remember. I thought they put the first names for the kindergartners.
And you asked the Lord by the last name Adelson.
I did.
And so there was an exhibit that was shown to you where your mother had registered him for an after-school flag football, right?
Right.
And so because the school was knowing his name and being referred to as Adelson, that's why she did that, correct?
Correct.
And the youngest one, where was he going to go? Where did he go?
He was at a preschool, a private preschool, because he was too young to go to the preschool at the public elementary school.
And whether it be your mother or your father who wrote the email about signing up and grandpa's coming with him to, I'm sorry, I'm not Jewish, I didn't understand what that was.
It's okay. Tot Shabbat would have been, like a Sabbath activity where the grandparents would come and sing songs and something like that.
So the younger one is also being known as last name Adelson.
Yes.
Because socially, that's what he wanted them to go forward with.
I thought it would make them safer.
Not that she hated him. You testified you hated him at the time he was killed, right?
I don't remember testifying to that.
Well, then we'll need to take a break, Judge.
Did you have any other questions for the witness?
I do. May we approach?
Please approach.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, this witness testified on direct examination that at the time that Danny Markel was murdered, she hated him. She's not remembering making that statement. I would like the opportunity for the court reporter to go back and find that so that she can be confronted with it.
That's fine, but she's testified to many things. You don't want me to instruct the jurors to rely on what they've heard. She's testified to a whole lot of things over several hours.
She has. May I talk to my client real quick, please?
Go ahead.
Members of the jury, we're going to take a brief break. The bail will take you to the jury room. Everyone can be seated.
Joey, are we in recess, Josh?
I believe the defense is talking to their client, but then we'll go into recess in just a moment. Here. I mean, I have in my notes some references to the, yeah. Mr. Sullivan, Ms. Fulford, as to this issue, are you seeking for the court reporter to review something, or do you wish for me to instruct the jurors to rely on their memories?
We have an alternative resolution, if we may just have 1 minute, please.
Go ahead.
No. Okay. Who's saying my name?
Yeah. Fishing to keep the safe distance.
All right, go ahead.
So the idea that I had was, instead of asking the court reporter to relate that back, and or your idea, Your Honor, of asking the jury to remember the testimony as they heard it, we asked the court reporter to prepare a brief excerpt from that testimony so we admit it as an exhibit and then use that in closing.
Which she doesn't have to do right now. We're not wasting the jury's time.
All right, do you want to be heard concerning this?
It's improper impeachment.
Well, as to this issue, I will find the witness has testified to a great deal of things over the last 5 hours. I believe during your direct examination, the word hate was used, since she has used other language to soften the word hate. It's ultimately up to the fact finder what they're going to believe. As far as them using as demonstrative, you're saying it's improper impeachment.
Oh, as a demonstrative? The transcript?
I believe that's what they're saying. Well, first you've got to go through the predicate of impeachment with the witness if you're actually seeking to admit this as extrinsic evidence of the statement given earlier today. I don't even think she's denying having made the statement. She's been on the witness stand since what? Well, she did, but I'm assuming beyond her social security number and children's birthdays, there's probably not that much more swimming around in her head. But I'm no doctor.
All right, court is back in session.
Seated. You come back to the witness stand. Are the juries ready at this point?
Your Honor, may we approach briefly?
Yes. You can be seated.
Go ahead.
So it's my understanding of my understanding of the court's ruling based on prior counsel's motion in limine about the witness not allowing very much contact with the Markel family. Is that correct?
Yes.
I think Judge, we're asking that you'd be able to do that. We don't agree with the strategical decision that was made by prior counsel.
If you wish to inquire on that topic, the state is certainly committed to redirect on it. Mr. Kappelman, do you need to be heard?
Yes.
If you open the door, the topic is open. In that same vein, I believe previously when we had the motion of limine concerning Rob Adelson, there was some concern as to what he testified to. Given the fact that the cross-examination of this witness has gone into the personality traits of your client, at least on that issue, is there any argument, Ms. Kapp?
Mr. Adelson is his witness. I believe that the court's ruling also was that if I could establish the foundation, he could talk about the personality traits of the family members. So, yes, I would argue in addition to that, my memory of the ruling was that I just had to establish a foundation. I would also argue that it has been gone by this witness too.
Very well. Is there anything the defense wishes to argue on this topic?
Not at this time, no.
As to any opinions that Robert Adelson would still offer concerning whether he believes his family has committed this crime, he may not testify to that. But as to all personality traits that now Wendi Adelson has offered in relationship to Donna Adelson, the state may inquire as to Rob Adelson as to personality traits.
Yes.
The only request I have, Judge, is before he testifies, I would like the court to instruct them on what his limitations are.
That's true. Okay.
We can do that out of the presence of the jury when we switch out for Wendi Adelson.
Thank you.
They're still over there, but. You can bring them in.
All right, you're entering the courtroom.
You may be seated. You may continue with your cross-examination, Ms. Wilford.
Thank you, Judge. Adelson, isn't it true that before getting married to Mr. Markel in, is it 2006?
2006 we got married.
Isn't it true that you've stated that you knew on your fancy wedding day, when you were all dolled up and feeling like you were an actor in someone else's show, you knew it on your honeymoon, when you were enjoying the vacation but not thrilled to be there with him, you said, "I'm not sure I liked him, let alone loved him, but I was eager to start a life with someone and he wanted to do it with me." You recall saying that?
I don't recall saying that, no.
I have placed in front of you what's been previously marked as Defendant's Exhibit 1B for identification purposes. It's towards the bottom of page 3.
I see that I said that in 2013.
Ms. Adelson, you would agree that when Danny Markel was murdered on June the 18th of 2014, your little boys lost their father for the rest of their life.
On the day that he was murdered was July 18th, and yes, my boys lost their father.
They're growing up as 11 years have passed without his influence in their life in any way. Isn't that correct?
I wouldn't say without his influence in any way, but yes, they've grown up without their father.
He's not here to give them advice.
He is not.
He can't come to any of their functions, sports, anything else.
Correct.
They're not eating kosher like they would have with their father.
They are not.
They don't have him at all.
They don't have him in their lives day to day, no.
Because on July the 18th of 2014, he was brutally murdered in his driveway. Isn't that true?
That is true.
And you testified on direct that anybody in your family that had anything to do with it should be held responsible. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And that includes you, doesn't it?
Anyone who's responsible.
Redirect examination.
You said you were an actor in someone else's show. Whose show was it?
I think I felt like I just wasn't fully present in my own life, that I had always been a real people pleaser. And so there was an aspect of not always being true to myself and wanting to make other people happy.
And one of those people is your mom, right?
Yes.
And that's part of why you kept going with relocation, even when you kind of had some doubts about it, right?
I would say it's part of the reason.
You were asked on cross-examination about the final order on relocation issued June 20th, 2013, and didn't you stipulate to making it with prejudice, I guess? Do you remember doing that?
I don't actually remember stipulating. I mean, I see it in the order, but I don't remember actively saying anything or participating in a stipulation.
In fact, when you testified about this previously, didn't you indicate you didn't know what with prejudice meant?
I think it's not something that comes up in my daily practice, and so at the time I had forgotten that it meant that it was a final order.
Right. And it was suggested or said on cross that you didn't tell your mom it was final and she was misled and she thought there was still room for it, right?
That is what was said to me on cross.
I'm going to approach and show you what I've marked as 64JJ. Just take a moment to review this exhibit and let me know when you're done.
Okay. Okay.
Do you recognize that email?
I mean, I recognize the email address. Is that what you mean?
Yes, ma'am. Who's the email from?
The email is from my mom and dad's email address to a friend of theirs.
Who's the friend?
The Kliegermans. I think it's Vicky, the woman in the relationship.
Okay, and it's signed Love Donna, right?
Yes, sorry. So it's from my mom.
And in this email, does she indicate to the Kliegermans that there's no chance at the appellate level for appeal of your relocation?
Yes, that's what the email says.
All right, and is that email dated 6/25/13?
Yes.
So 5 days after the order was issued, your mom did know that that order was final.
That's
on this.
based on that email, yes.
And it was, you would ask questions about, your mom never suggested any harm to Dan Markel to you, but she did want to bribe him, yes?
Yes.
Take control from him, weren't those her words?
Yes.
Aggravate him.
Yes.
Scare him.
I don't remember scare him, but I believe that was part of it.
Give him some grief.
Yes.
Take something from him.
Yes.
Show that fucker what would make him absolutely miserable.
Yes.
But definitely not kill him, right?
I don't know what the question is.
Donna was caring and devoted to your boys. You were asked about that. That's true, right?
Yes.
In fact, she maybe cared a little too much about your life and you and what was going on with you sometimes, right?
I don't know that you can care too much.
Even the Nazi uniform craziness came from her version of some kind of place of love. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Because although her lawyers tried to downplay this, she was suggesting a baptism for these kids, right?
Yes.
She said she looked into it and could get it done in 2 weeks, right?
I believe that's what it said.
And didn't she justify the means or claim that this would be harmless to your children because it was just like playing dress up to them, right?
Yes.
Just like Jake the Pirates.
Yes.
She thought the ends, relocation, would justify the means, didn't she?
Yes.
And she thought a move to South Florida was what was best for you.
Yes.
And what was best for your children.
Yes.
Who she cared about more than anyone in the world.
I mean, I don't know who she cared about most in the world, but she loves me.
Is there anyone that she cares about more than those two boys?
My dad.
Okay. She thought relocation was best for those boys. They were going to have better opportunities, right?
Yes.
Better family support.
Yes.
A happier mother.
Yes.
With a more lucrative profession.
Yes.
And your lives all depended on it. Isn't that what she said?
Yes.
Dan Markel could have agreed, couldn't he?
He was amenable, but then he didn't want to, ultimately.
Well, he could have moved to South Florida, right? Isn't that what you were asked on cross?
Yes, he could have.
Could have moved to South Florida and enjoyed all that delicious kosher food down there, right?
Yes.
And if he had relented, you and he could have had separate lives in Miami and happily co-parented the boys, right?
In theory, yes, it could have.
Except he wouldn't relent, would he?
I mean, he said no, and so we had a hearing, and the judge said no.
Right. He wouldn't relent. He wouldn't give your mom what she wanted, would he?
I mean, we only had one conversation about it, so it wasn't like a ongoing thing.
It wasn't an ongoing thing? What wasn't?
I mean, between Danny and I, we talked about relocation. He said he would think about it, and then he said he didn't want to. And then we had the hearing, and then that was the end of it for me.
Yes, but you were asked on cross, wouldn't things have been potentially great for Danny down there too?
Yes, I think they would have.
Couldn't we all have lived happily ever after if he would have agreed to move down there too? Possibly, right?
Possibly.
But he wouldn't agree.
He didn't agree, no.
Nothing further.
Members of the jury, before we continue this afternoon, we will take a brief break. The bailiff will take you back to the jury room. Seated. Yes, go ahead.
There will not be any for a proffer.
Very well. With there being no need for a proffer from this witness, you may step down. Ms. Stefferman, will you be recalling her at any point under your subpoena?
I don't intend to, Judge, but I would ask that she remain under the law this time.
Very
She's
well.
free to go about her business.
You are not to discuss your testimony with any other person who will be testifying in this trial. Mr. Laura, will you need to be heard any further, sir? Have a good day. The state's next witness will be whom this afternoon?
Robert Adelson.
All right, you can bring the jurors back in.
That's it for this video. Make sure to look out for our other videos where we will be releasing more details that were never heard before of the Donna Adelson trial. My name is Maya Farfan with Deep Dive True Crime and Mentor Lawyer Justice Network, and thank you for watching.
You testified you hated him at the time he was killed, right?
I don't remember testifying to that.
Well, then we'll need to take a break, Judge. May we approach?
Questions for the witness?
I do. May we approach?
Please approach. Available for taking to the jury room.